Welcome to Kasam Academy. Today we are going to discuss about intellectual influences on Gandhi. Gandhi grows to political maturity in the West, which means that his essential experience is the British experience. He exhibits considerable influence of Western thinkers like Ruskin, Thoreau, and Tolstoy throughout his life. He regards Socrates as an example to evaluate and even translates Pluto apology in Gujarati. In basic principles of politics, he indicates a marked preference for anarchism, which essentially belongs to a radical Western tradition. In organizational matters, the Western imprint is clearly discernible in him. In matters of personal convention like vegetarianism, some Western groups and writings clearly influence him. Salts, a plea for vegetarianism, as Woodcock says, is a revelation to Gandhi, for it defended in rational terms the teachings transmits to his half attentive mind in childhood by means of myth and percept. The dietary exercise he began under Salt inspiration were the first of his experiment with truth. Gandhi acknowledges Ruskin, Tolstoy, and Thoreau as exerting profound intellectual influence on him, though Ruskin's onto this last transforms his life. An English French H.S.L. Pollock gives the book to him for him to read while undertaking a 24-hour journey from Johnsonburg to Durban in 1904. He summarizes his understanding of the book into three principles. That the good, first one is that the good of the individual is contained in the good of all. The second one, that a lawyer's work has the same value as the barber's, in as much as all have the same right of earning their livelihood from their work. Third one, that a life of labor, that is, the life of a thriller of the soil and the handcraftsman, is the life of worth living. The first of these I knew, the second I had dimly realized, the third I had never occurred to me, unto this last made it as clear as daylight for me. That the second and third were contained in the first, I rose with the dawn, ready to reduce these principles to practice. Gandhi learns from Ruskin that an unequal society, Gandhi learns from Ruskin that an unequal social order not linked from realities of labor could not allow for the possibilities of non-violence. Like Ruskin, he also believes in restricting wealth and placing tools in the hands of those who could use them. Ruskin's principles inspire Gandhi to work out the basis of his concept of bread labor, of making the community organization responsible for the welfare of the laborer and the stress on cooperation rather than competition. These ideas are put into practice during the mill strike in Ahmedabad 1969. Gandhi advocates a concept of minimum living wage and proportionate equality, permitting differences among individuals beyond the minimum on the basis of differing needs. Ruskin ideas on political economy are the bedrock of the principles of Gandhi's ashrama organization. This is the most important point you should write in examination. The Prophenics form an experimental community of Indians and European, which also published the Indian opinion at the Tolstoy form of 1910 and the Sabarmati Ashramam. Ruskin influenced Gandhi's conception of soul force as a substitute for physical force. He was the chief source of Gandhi's economic ideas, but above all, he changed Gandhi as a person. Thus, it was from his reading of Ruskin that Gandhi dated his renunciation of money and professional advancement. His choice of a life, his choice of a way of life that lead him eventually to call himself a farmer and a weaver rather than a liar, and his definition of the ideals that his principles as well as himself should embrace. It was at this time that he adopted the simple life and identified himself with the masses of the poor. Tolstoy's faith in love and teachings of the Sermon on the Mount, the Bible and the New Testament, and Thoreau's notion of civil disobedience helps Gandhi. Thoreau's notation of civil disobedience is most important point to be right in exam. To delight his concept of satyagraha, inspired by Thoreau, Gandhi advocates emancipation of the human being from external bondage, from self-imposed imprisonment, which he terms as civilization, for it has diseased the mind and soul of a modern person. Gandhi is as removed from the Marxist ideal of a socialist, stateless, classless utopia as he is from other Western socialistic schools like the Fabian socialists and the Guild socialists. He opposes the Marxist deterministic action of society and history. Their belief in class, polarization, and antagonism, denial of God, and their emphasis on violent revolutionary change. Gandhi not only emphasizes gradual non-violent changes but also desires to restrict the ambit of revolution and state action. Gandhi upholds private property and that society should recognize the art of creating wealth, though he proposes the institution of trusteeship based on a harmonious relationship between the capitalist and the worker. However, like the Marxists and the socialists, he deserves an egalitarian, just and non-exploitative society. Gandhi also differs considerably from the liberals, though he cherishes individual rights and initiatives. He is not concerned with maximizing freedom. Like Green, he emphasizes the social nature of human individual as essentially a social being. The only Western parallel to Gandhi may be Rose, for like that later he too idealizes a glorious past but realizes that since there is no going back, salvation lies in small, independent, self governing, self sufficient communities. Gandhi describes himself as a philosophical anarchist, for he envisaged the perfect society as an anarchist where each individual is a law to himself, living peacefully and with goodwill towards all, controlling all his passion and living by his own labor. It is a romantic ideal which attracted men like Ross and Ruskin and is opposed to the sort of social organization idealized by Plato in the Republic. He refers a society where the state would be reduced to its minimalist role. Gandhi's faith in the inherent goddess of human nature enables him to win over his enemies through persuasion. Hence, the Gandhi movement remains entirely open. Thank you.